The sky is blue, the grass green. It's a great day to be alive and a great day for high school soccer, and that's what we have for you here on ETV Sports. Good evening, everybody. My name is Nathan Cron, joined by my broadcast partner, Skip Newton, and tonight we've got the Shakopee Sabers making the trip up Highway 13 off of 169 to take on your Eagan Wildcats. Sabers come into this matchup 8-1-1, an excellent record. The Wildcats, on the flip side of that, 6-1-2, so I wouldn't say, two immovable object meets irresistible force, Skip Newton, but something's got to give.
Yeah, something's got to give, especially when you look at the goals scored for the Sabers and the goals against for the Eagan Wildcats. A whopping 31 goals so far, according to my statistics for Shakopee. Only 5 against for the Wildcats. So great offense meets great defense. Will be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Cats will be looking to take advantage of opportunities early to create scoring opportunities. They've only scored 12 goals in their 9 games so far this season. That can work when you're only giving up 0 or 1 goal in a game, but the reality of it is as they play tougher and tougher teams, as this season wears on, scoring is still going to be a premium. They're going to have to place an emphasis upon it.
Yeah, I would like to see them get, a couple goals here tonight. I mean, I talked about the high goal scoring totals for Shakopee. I didn't mention they've only given up 8 goals, and that's in their 10 matches, so less than 1 goal against.
Early opportunity here for the Sabers as they punch that down. We'll get your starting lineup for the Sabers. Lee, Norskog, Lindahl. This one gets punched in towards Evie Burke, who hammers that one into touch. Norskog, Lindahl, Blackburn, Gonzalez, Lee, Lopez, Hartman, Mahler, Breeden, and the keeper tonight, number 91, sophomore Faith Harder. But an early corner opportunity here for the Sabers. Left side of your screen, that's Norskog. Puts it in towards the penalty area, takes off of a couple of heads. Cats clear momentarily. Takes a massive deflection on the way in, and Wood says enough of this and sends it out towards Westerman. And Westerman had Yin and others, maybe even Stella Triplett making a run up the field, but her clearance blocked. Play down the sideline. Here's an opportunity for Tess Triplett. Matched up there against Lee.
Nice job by Triplett to force the knockout and win the throw-in deep.
Yin unable to get onto that one. And now Captain Anna Enning sends that over for Westerman, who punches that forward. Here's Borean. Is she going to win? There's a hesitation by Harder. Borean does win it. An opportunity as it's centered and it goes behind. We will have the first Eagan corner. An Eagan lineup that sees Abigail McGowan, the sophomore keeper, along with Sammy Wood, Ellie Westerman, Ariella Yin, Anna Enning, Evie Burke, Tess Triplett, Francesca Borean, Stella Triplett, Ashley Severson, and Jillian Cameron. Your starting 11 for the Wildcats. Cats, of course, in their home greens with the white numbers. This comes in towards the penalty area, but it's temporarily dealt with by the Sabers. That ball comes in towards Harder, and she watches it go harmlessly to her left.
Boy, interesting there that neither of the Saber defenders got off the post as that ball was cleared outside the 18. That really does mean that any of the Wildcat players are going to be able to push up as far as they want and remain in an onside position. That's something that might come into play at a future corner kick should Eagan win a couple more.
Well, we do not have, as this ball finds its way all the way back to Evie Burke, and that gets sent into by Anna Enning into touch. But one of the things we were noticing in pregame warm-ups, the Shakopee Sabers only have one goalie dressed, and that is the sophomore Faith Harder, the starting goalie. As Wood takes that one away, and she's going to flash some speed down the right side. Sammy Wood attacking the penalty area by one defender, tries to thread a pass to Triplett, but it's dealt with, and now Sabres will attempt to counter, but Evie Burke says enough of this, and she's going the other direction.
Nice job of Evie Burke just using her body to win that. It was an attempted flick by the Sabre forward, but Burke got her body in the way. Well played.
Emily Lopez, the lone center forward, as this ball comes in towards the penalty area. Test triplet gets it, spins, turns, takes a deflection. Yin with it. What's going to happen here? I think that's going to be off Yin, and that'll be a throw for the Sabers. So as I said, Emily Lopez, this rather lonely-looking center forward for the Shakopee Sabers. Sabers sagging in their midfield. Not a lot of help on the wings either, as this ball finds its way back. Oh, no, interesting foul there. Might have been a handball. I didn't think there was much of a foul there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was played with the hand.
Taken quickly, and Lopez with an opportunity. Is she going to be able to catch up to this? And despite a great effort, unable to latch on to the other end of that one. So a bit of a nervy moment for the Wildcats as that kick was taken quickly, and it went over and out of play. McGowan puts her foot to that one. Mentioned the sterling record for the Shakopee Sabers of 8-1-1. They suffered actually their first loss of the season. Last time out against Matamidi, falling by a score of 2-1. Cats coming off a big victory against Section 2 AAA, Section 2 3A Power Eden Prairie as the big heave towards an opportunity that scrambles around, and a shot, and a huge save by Abigail McGowan. Full extension to her right. What a shot and what a save by Abigail McGowan.
That was a really nice job by the Sabres to work themselves into a great goal-scoring opportunity there. Abigail McGowan up to the challenge, a diving save, keeping Shakopee off the scoreboard.
McGowan using every inch of her long arms and her long frame to be able to get to that one. Cats need to be cognizant of opportunities like that. Ball gets ping-ponged around, finds Enning. Enning's clearance is blocked, and now a handball coming back the other direction. So both Cats and Sabres guilty of handball violations.
This is Evie Burke, number 6 on the kick.
Burke will take this free kick with the Triplet sisters lurking on the back line. Yin tries to get ahead to it, can't. This falls for Cameron. It's fed forward, and now Westerman. Westerman with a big ball. Is Wood going to be able to get onto it? No, she's not. She's fast, she's quick, but she's not quite that fast and quick as the turf sent that one over into touch.
Yeah, Westerman needed to wait just a couple more steps to let Wood get a few more yards down the pitch in order to complete that run and give that pass a chance. It was the right idea, just a little too hasty with it.
Well, given the records and the number of goals that these teams have scored, Skip, you like to think that if the Wildcats score early, they have a good opportunity to maybe play some good defense and get a good result here, but being behind early certainly would not be to their benefit. And the Sabres are going to be caught offside. That was a easy call for us as Lindahl had strayed into an offside position. Assistant referee on the far side instantly raising his flag. That was a good call. Wasn't off by much, but she was clearly off.
Yeah, I needed to be aware of where that last offender was and stay in a good position. She had plenty of real estate to work with out there, just let herself get too far forward down the pitch.
Ball comes all the way back. Severson from the far side is going to play defense on Lopez. Lopez slams on the brakes, now tries some footwork. Severson not fooled at all. Lopez doing a nice job of spinning and turning out, and now Severson makes the tackle and a clearance, that time by Burke. Lopez still down on the pitch, although I don't think she's seriously hurt, but she got spun around. And now if the referee is going to stop the clock, he's not going to stop the clock. To check on Lopez, who's okay, up walking without a limp, just probably took a foot or a leg into the calf muscle or maybe the thigh. And she got spun around there. There you got a close-up look at senior midfielder Alexis Breeden. Drop ball by center referee Dale DeRocha, and we are off and running again.
Early on, the Sabres strategy seems to be to get that ball up to Lopez up front and then let her make a play. But that last time down the pitch, she had the ball, maintained possession, but really had no help from her teammates. It was just her kind of on an island.
So Cameron there was trying to go over the top as Wood and Stella Triplett had combined to get possession of it. Here's Cameron again. She's going to send this forward. It's blocked. Enning looks for Tess Triplett in the middle. And it's ping-ponged around. Stella Triplett gets a foot on it, steers it towards goal. There's a collision. The goalie is down, or was down for momentarily. She's back up. Wood's going to keep that. Well, she's not going to keep it in, but she keeps the throw going, takes it quickly. And Stella Triplett dispossessed there, but nice step up that time by Enning. And a foul from the center referee. Third foul.
Yeah, good call there by the center ref. There was some grabbing and spinning of that Shakopee defender in an attempt to win that ball. Wildcats being aggressive in the attacking third. I like to see that. I like to see the intensity down there. If that continues, I think that gives them a really good chance to put a goal or two in this evening, and I think that's going to be necessary against a Shakopee team.
So Aurelia Yin is on the field as Evie Burke moves back to a center back position inside of 3, and another foul there by the Wildcats. Give the Shakopee Sabres a free kick from the midfield stripe. Evie Burke moving back into the back line. And Yin then getting the opportunity to start in the middle of the park. So interesting setup for Coach Qasim Ilmi as this ball is going to find its way over the end line into touch, and a goal kick for Abigail McGowan. So good start for the Wildcats, good start so far for the Sabres. Cats have had a little more offensive pressure, but the Sabres have had the best shot of the game, in my opinion, with it was a huge save by McGowan. Played by Cameron. That's intercepted by Lopez. Yin finds Enning. Enning coming off an all-state campaign last season. From the outside back position. Oh, nice move there by Severson on the far side. Loses the defense, but then unfortunately for her pass intercepted. Severson gets it back, does a nice job of creating some space, but thought that might go into touch. And an easy foul for center referee. And that's number 5 here in the opening 13 minutes of this match. Skip, that's not a ratio that's going to work well for the Wildcats.
No, it's a lot of fouls. The positive spin on that is that they are playing aggressive and physical, which I think is a good thing overall. But, yeah, they need to be a little more mindful of committing fouls, because eventually they're going to commit one in the wrong spot, and it's going to yield a really good goal-scoring chance for Shakopee.
And he manages to win that one. Tess Triplett hoists that and heaves it towards Stella Triplett, her sister. Enning gets that back as Triplett lays off, and too many of these balls just being intercepted by the Sabres. Cats have got to get a couple of clean passes through. Here's a clean pass and an opportunity for Yin. Yin shoots right foot, and it slides wide. Yin had taken the spot of Triplett. Nicely done. Nicely done that time by Ariella Yin. Not on frame. In fact, Cats still looking for their first shot really on frame. They've blazed a couple around the post and crossbar, but nothing on frame.
Yeah, nice job. Nice pass into there to Yin. Unfortunately, her first touch was away from goal, so she had to come back a little bit and then spin her hips 180 degrees to try to get that on frame. That's really difficult to do and still get a lot of good, strike on the ball. She managed to get a decent strike, but if you don't spin it all the way, you end up, the ball goes where your hips are facing. They weren't just spun enough away, which is why it went wide right.
It was an interception by Stella Triplett, ended up going into touch. Triplett and Wood working there. Good play there by the Sabers, trying to get it into a safe place. Wood around one defender. She'll attack the end line. She crosses early. It's ping-ponging around, and Harder sends that over. That will be another corner for the Wildcats. And I have to tell you, Skip Newton, the fact that they had the fact that the Sabers late after that first corner had two players on the post makes me think that maybe they're trying to protect that sophomore goalkeeper a little bit.
Yeah, either that, or I'm wondering if maybe their back line is just struggling so far tonight.
And Bourillon with a great cross, a great corner. And Stella Triplett with a head. It went off of her head, hit another player, and then went into touch. Check that. It must have, I'm not sure. I thought it hit a Eagan head first. Did you think it hit an Eagan head first? Or did it hit a Shakopee head and then off to an Eagan head?
I'm not sure if it hit two heads, but it was definitely well struck by Eagan. I mean, that was a hard header shot. Had that been on frame, that's a goal. I mean, unless it's right at the goalkeeper, you're not making that save. So a little unlucky there for the Wildcats, but again, I like the aggressiveness, winning that corner in the air, getting ahead on it. We watched an entire boys varsity match, and the Eagan boys side was unable to do that at all, and we've already seen it here within 15 minutes of the start.
Cats with 4 shots, nothing on goal so far. Sabers with a shot on goal that required Abigail McGowan to make a highlight reel save. Sabers now attacking to the edge of the penalty area. This comes in on McGowan. And positives are McGowan confidently dealt with that one. Negative is she had a Saber knifing in around her. I think that was number 24, Bryn Hartman. I'd like to see a green jersey with Hartman on the back line as Westerman takes that one. Yin dispossessed. Wood's going to try to clean that up, and she does.
Boy, did she read that pass well. She completely moved to her left at the last step to get in the way of that pass. She knew exactly where the defender was going with it.
Westerman looking for someone. The advantage of moving Evie Burke back to center defensive position, center back position, Skip, of course, you're going to get her acumen on the defensive side of things, but you lose her as a playmaker, as a creator, and perhaps as a midfield presence. This comes for Triplett. She manages to get by one defender. She's got her sister to her right. She's got 2 defenders. What's Tess Triplett going to do? She's got some foot skills. She's around. She's got a left foot. She goes to goal, and Harder, first shot on goal for the Wildcats. Harder with a confident save down on her knees.
Triplett did a nice job of working
intercepted.
to the open spot on the pitch. Just could not get a hard strike.
Intercepted by Westerman. And Triplett says, not today. Going to goal, goes to goal. 1 shot, 1 goal. Eagan.
That, however, was a hard strike. What a blast into the top of the net. A convincing goal here in the 18th minute. Eagan jumps out to a 1-0 lead.
So Tess Triplett in the 18th minute from Ellie Westerman. And the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead, which is exactly what they needed. My kids always cringe when I say that's what the doctor ordered, but that is the reality of the situation on a team that hasn't scored too many goals this season, Skip. They've got 1 here in the first 18 minutes.
Yeah, and really, I'm not surprised the way they've come out and played. They have looked much more connected in that attacking third. They've got a lot of jerseys down there. They're moving the ball well. They're moving to open space well, passing well. They seem to have come out, really firing on all cylinders tonight. It's been an impressive first 18 minutes so far. If they keep this up, they have a chance to definitely put more goals in and come out victorious tonight.
Scoring for the Eagan Wildcats, number 7, Tess.
So Tess Triplett with a goal for the Wildcats, assist from Ellie Westerman.
In the 18th minute of the game. Time of the goal is 17 minutes, 16 seconds.
I was going to say, that's a big goal for the Wildcats. Not just taking the lead, but showing that their hard work and their effort and their skill tonight pays off, and they're rewarded for that. It's really a huge boost, I think, their confidence, and gives them a big momentum boost as well.
Yeah, how many times have we seen the Wildcats, this is played back to McGowan, kind of a bit of a nervy play there. Cameron gets it and finds Sammy Wood on the near side. But how many times have we seen the Wildcats this season, Skip, play well but not finish, not create goals, which is, gives them that cushion as Stella Triplett dispossessed, might have missed a pass there as she had teammates breaking. But we've seen the Wildcats so many times this season so far, again, with only 12 goals, now 13 goals in 10 games, or 9.5 games, 9.25 games, I guess maybe is a better way of saying it. But with 13 goals in 9.25 games, that's not going to light the world on fire. And to get an early reward off the left foot of Tess Triplett, who has been having some college recruiting interest. As Lopez gives chase to that one, but Severson punches that into touch.
Well, hopefully, the 2 goals against Eden Prairie and that win, a goal in the first 20 minutes here, maybe a sign that they're starting to come together, they're starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, and I don't think Harder really had much of a chance there, Skip. I think that ball was really bent in, really with a good pace. I'm not sure the keeper for Shakopee would have had a reasonable chance at that one. A couple of throw-ins here. Eventually, the Wildcats get control of it with Westerman, who pops it high in the air. A good header that time by the Sabers. Somebody wearing cleats has got to get this down to onto the deck, and they finally do. Now it comes back to the middle. Evie Burke with a good header. And she finds Tess Triplett. Triplett with a nice pass for Wood. I don't think Wood was quite expecting that one, unfortunately, for the Wildcats. And now the Sabers are going the other way. Opportunity here. The Sabers slicing to the middle. This is Lindahl. Lindahl momentarily dispossessed, but it falls short, and now a flick on and will go over the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, nice defense there by the Wildcats, preventing that Lindahl attack. Clearing that one out.
Weather here in Eagan, a little cooler than it was for the boys' game earlier this season, as you see Coach Qasim Ilmi over there in the blue, as the Sabers are swapping out a couple of players. This one gets heaved down into the corner, and I think that's going to make it into touch, and it will. The weather has cooled down a little bit, but still very little, if any, breeze to really account for. See the American flag at the north end of the stadium has a little bit of whip to it, but not too much, as we have a momentary pause as the center referee goes to check on one of the Sabers. And that's Lopez. That's the second time in the half that she has gone down and required a stoppage of play. Referee this time sending her off. I'm not sure if she was replaced or was going to be replaced, or whether the referee sent her off.
Oh, it's possible Lopez is one of those players that's more finesse than physicality. I don't know. We'll see, but maybe the Wildcats' physicality get into her a little bit.
And a foul there against the Wildcats. I have to say, Skip, I think the Cats were hard done by on that one. I did not see a foul there. I saw some good physical play by both teams, but not sure exactly what the center referee saw from his vantage point, but his opinion is the only one that matters. So Free kick coming in flat towards the edge of the penalty area, played by Wood. It bounces around. Here's an opportunity for Lindahl. She can't get it off of her right foot. Now she switches to her left foot, and the ball's taken away that time by Severson. Severson looks for Triplett. She's dispossessed. And Wood battling there.
Great job once again by Severson, not giving up the shot. I mean, as soon as Lindahl had that and was looking to get that on her right foot for a shot, Severson was all over, just shut down the distance and got right on her. Lindahl even tried to bring it back to her left side. Severson stuck right with her and eventually, took it away and cleared it. That was a really solid one-on-one defense.
Oh, good tackle there by Ellie Westerman. Westerman has opportunities. She's got choices. She plays this ball up for Triplett. Harder stays in her net, and just a little bit too heavy as Triplett was able to catch that one. Interesting there, Skip. Harder stayed in her net. We've seen lots of keepers involved with balls like that come racing out to take that. Looked like she was staying in her net a little bit. If you have balls like that in the future, I wonder if you're an Eagan player and you're seeing that, you wonder if you say, hey, this Coley's going to stay a little more inner net. Maybe we've got some opportunities.
Exactly. Well, and that opens up, through balls. If she's not aggressive off her line, those through balls, get past the defense can be great opportunities for a breakaway.
And a great opportunity here for the Shakopee Sabers. Cameron's pass is intercepted. The Sabers are going the other way. Now they attack the edge of the penalty area. Looks like Severson there in the corner. And she wins. I think it was Severson. It was either Severson or number 3 for the Wildcats. That's Ellie Esther. Well, I don't think that was Westerman. Oh, it was Borean. I'm sorry. Borean in the far corner.
She did a great job of recovering. It looked like the Shakopee attacker had gotten past the defense and had an opportunity. She took a brilliant angle. She first started running towards that far post, and then once she realized she had gotten goal side, then she just cut down the distance and put pressure on the ball. It was really nice defense.
You can see already only 25 minutes gone here in the first half. You can see McGowan with a good bit of perspiration on her forehead. So it's hot and humid out there, and that ball floats over Sammy Wood. Shakopee Sabers have made a number of substitutions as have the Wildcats. And Yin with an extra shove there. And again, that's, by my count, Skip, that's foul number 7. So that's 7 fouls in 26 minutes. Again, not a good ratio for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Yin definitely finished her check on that one.
On the kick for the Sabers is Sadie Lee, number 4.
Cindy Lee, the defender, will take this one for the Sabers. See Lee there. Sends this across, heading towards the midfield, now going to the other far side of the field. Saber forward battles with Severson. Westerman lays off for Severson, who tries to go back to Westerman. It's intercepted, but Enning claims that one, will send it forwards, finds Yin. Yin outside this time for Wood. Wood will get a touch to this one. Wood's got some space in front of her. Plays it forward. Stella Triplett, Tess Triplett making a run. Triplett's going to get on the end of it, but Harder quickly off her line. That was a good play by Harder.
And that answers that question. Is she going to be timid back there and stay on the line, or is she going to come out? Absolutely made the right decision there.
She made the right decision, and she executed it properly, Skip. Made a lot of sense there. Excellent job by that young lady.
Stella Triplett, number 11.
So McKenna Willie now checking in. Paige Werner checking in. Willie giving chase here. She's going to run this one down in the corner. Willie's going to block that clearance. Can't quite get it, but it falls for Westerman. Lays this back for Wood. Wood for Cameron, who punches it forward. It goes off of Enning. Somebody in green needs to get a little bit of control out there. It just seems to be like they're throwing the ball around just a little bit. Cameron was caught forward, lucky there for the Wildcats. That went into touch to slow down the attack as Cameron was out of position, having tried to press the offensive advantage.
Substitution for the Sabres. Bryn Hartman, number 24, back in the game. Going off will be Peyton Lindahl, number 13.
Hartman checks in for Lindahl. Heave down the sideline, Cameron with it. Shields the ball off. Has the ball, but that goes also into touch. So, again, Wildcats certainly could use a few connected passes here, Skip.
Yeah, they definitely need to kind of get back to where they were at the first 20 minutes. I feel like they're getting a little too in love with the long ball like that one, where it has to be such a perfect ball, such a perfectly timed run. It's so hard to execute. Where they were showing success in the first 20 minutes, the short pass. They were connecting, they were completing short passes. There were a lot of green jerseys in the attacking third and around the ball, and they were able to work that in and really work that Saber back line. They're kind of getting away from that a little bit here. I'd like to see them build more in the middle third and connect with their forwards.
Tisdall checking in for Cameron. As Wood heaves this one up, looking for Tess Triplett, our goal scorer, off of Willie's foot. Oh, nice move by Westerman. She feeds that forward. Oh, if that ball had managed to squeeze through, that is the kind of play that I think, Skip, you would like to see for the Wildcats. Wood, look, brilliant use of her hips there.
Yeah, it was a great idea, a great opportunity, just a nice defensive play. But here again, the short passes, stay connected.
Well, Borean with a great shot there. That was a solid save by Harder. That had a lot of heat on it.
Shot number 9, Francesca Borean for the Wildcats.
Borean with the great ball there. And speaking of great balls, here's another opportunity for the Wildcats. Sammy Wood tries to cut this one back. Somebody in green's got to get on the end of that. Skip Newton. That's just a brilliant ball from Sammy Wood, and somebody in green's got to get there.
Oh, that was such a well-placed and located ball. Obviously her teammates were not expecting that. That came just trickling across the 18 on the ground. Had there been a Wildcat teammate moving up on that, it would have been a perfect opportunity for a one-touch strike.
Willie battling here, good physical battle. And somehow, that one, I don't understand that one. He's going to he calls McKenna Willie for using the arm. True, but the other player hit McKenna Willie in the back. So I don't know. That I'm not sure about that one, but again,
Lee, number 4
I could see it happening, but that's 8 fouls by the Wildcats here in just over 30 minutes, which again, it's going to start stacking up. Skip.
Yeah, it is, and I think if I'm Coach Q, I'm telling my midfielders and my forwards, as long as you are attacking, I want you to stay aggressive, stay physical. Where they have to make sure they're not is on that defending third. If you're back where a foul against Shakopee immediately gives them an opportunity to put a shot on frame, that's when you're just asking for trouble. So, you have to pick and choose when you're going to be physical. So far, Eagan is doing a good job in that regard. But yeah, the 8-1, I think, is the foul discrepancy is not a ratio you're looking for.
Emerson Stetman coming in there. You see Stetman making the play there on the sideline. So Stetman, Werner, Westerman, Enning, your midfield. This ball off of Willie. And Enning's pass there intercepted. That pass has got to be connected. Good job by Evie Burke hunting that down. And that ball gets heaved forward by Borean and put into touch into the last 8 minutes of this first half. Cats on the board in the 18th minute from Tess Triplett's left foot. But otherwise, not a lot of great scoring opportunities for these Cats. Now, of course, as I say that, there's an opportunity for the Cats to get some consistent pressure. The other thing I've noticed, Skip, is that the Wildcats tend to have a line. They tend to push that back line like they did there, but they don't have anybody trailing. They don't have anybody floating into that space just behind the back line to look for a rebound or a negative pass.
Yeah, we saw that front and center on that
Substitution
cross
for
by
the
Wood.
Wildcats, number
Had somebody
10,
been trailing there, would have been a great opportunity to put one on.
Westerman, number
But
3.
overall, like when they're in situations like this where they have, bodies down there, things have progressed well where they're creating scoring chances. Now they get another opportunity, kind of a gift corner kick here.
Yeah, Sophia Sutherland checking in for the Wildcats, and now
from the near side.
Francesca Bourillon, number 9 for the Wildcats, one of the girls that wears the captain's armband. We'll put her left foot into this. It floats down towards the back post. Nobody able to get a handle on it. And the Sabers will look to break.
I don't think that corner kick was exactly where the Wildcats wanted. It was a little too far outside the penalty area. Really tough for them to get a shot out of that.
Good thinking.
So there's an example of a good opportunity between Werner and I think Willie that just didn't quite come off. It was a good idea, but has to connect some of these passes because you get a sense that if the Wildcats were just a little bit more efficient in terms of how they're handling some of these passes, connecting more passes, I think they would probably have an outsized result. Sophia Sutherland there finishing her check against the Shakopee Saber midfielder who has a quick word with the center referee.
Yeah, I was a little surprised he didn't blow the whistle on that one. That's a call he's made consistently tonight.
Good step by Stetman. This comes back for a number of Wildcats. Somebody's got to punch it forward, and they do. Now Stetman is going to try to run this one down near the line. Good shoulder challenge there. Ball stays in, and he spins off of a Saber. I thought for sure that might be a Saber throw. Instead, it goes green.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. A little bit of a gift perhaps for the Wildcats. We'll take it. Oh, nice defense there by the Sabers.
Offensively, Skip, the Sabers, other than the great shot and the great save that they created from McGowan as the Wildcats earn yet another corner, other than that initial shot off that corner and that scramble, I have to say, Sabers don't look like they really have much of an offensive identity.
A little surprising given the number of goals they've scored, so maybe they're having an off night, who knows, but an opportunity here on this corner for the Wildcats.
This ball comes towards the back post. It's headed towards goal. Cleared off by the player on the post. Nicely done. Did not pick up that player's number, but she made a nice play on the back post to clear that one away.
Shot on an inning,
and
number
it'll go
5.
into touch into the last 4.5 minutes of this half.
Well, another corner kick there, won by Eagan.
This ball comes in towards Harder, and it wasn't harder, it was easier for her.
Thank you.
Yeah,
very
well,
much.
I mean, come on. You can't go through an entire soccer match without having some fun with that one.
I absolutely would have been disappointed if you hadn't.
The question now becomes how many times can you go to that well before it becomes cliche? But what's not cliche is the Wildcats come in splitting the defense. Good shot, good save, rebound opportunity. Nobody in green able to get onto it.
Shot for number 7.
That's a tough shot to maintain possession of. I mean, she did a good job of getting her body in front of it, but it's bouncing around. Something the Wildcats need to be aware of. You want to be following those for the rebound.
Cats may sneaky be pushing for a goal here late in this half. Inside 3.5 minutes to go. Severson will have this get by her, but it finds Burke. Now Enning. Enning through the gears for the midfield, feeds it forward. Opportunity for the Wildcats. Bourillon running from the side. The offside flag is up. Referee does not see it. Now he does. He blows his whistle. I thought Bourillon had held her run on the far side, but the center referee saw it differently. Check it. I apologize. That was not Francesca Bourillon. That was Sophia Sutherland, number 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I thought that was perfectly timed as well. And I thought, wow, what a ball, what a run. And again, a nice job by the goalkeeper for the Sabers. Harder coming off her line, so proving to be an asset in that regard there. But Wildcats just a little offside.
Good battle there on the far side as Stettman gets spun around. Sabres back line will have this one and heave it forward. Again, have to say, I don't think this is off a green player, and she's going to concede the corner. So a late corner opportunity, the second corner of the game for the Shakopee Sabres. Their sole shot on goal coming off of a corner combination. And we'll have to see what develops here as Michaela Lee stands over this one and will put her left foot into it. Lee high arcing in tight. It's headed away that time by a Saber. Evie Burke puts a left foot on it, sends it out, but not necessarily out of danger as the Sabres still maintain control. Ball down the far side is kept in nicely. Shot from distance goes wide as McGowan not troubled by that one. I'll tell you, I think if I've counted correctly, I've got 2 shots for the Shakopee Sabres, 1 on frame. Might have missed one in there as the official scorer has them with 3, but Skip, with a team that scored this many goals on the season, the Wildcats are doing really well.
Yeah, the defense is playing outstanding. Like you said earlier, just the one really good shot, really good goal-scoring opportunity, shut down by McGowan with a diving save. That's been it for Shakopee, really, other than that last corner getting fed in there, but that was cleared out.
Opportunity here for Stettman to go chase. Willie on the near side. Somebody in green needs to make a tackle there as Lee goes through 3 players. Now she switches it, and this ball goes deep. Here's a big run down the far sideline. Can the Shakopee Sabres keep it in? They do. That's a great effort. And another corner for the Shakopee Sabres into the last 18 seconds. Will the Sabres be able to get this one off? Sabres taking a long time to get this ball. They're not going to have much time once this ball gets put into play as Lee stands over it. It comes in. It's tight. McGowan gets a punch to it. And the clock expires here in Eagan. So some nervy stuff there at the end of the first half. Skip Newton, Wildcats with a lead, a 1-0 lead off the left foot of Tess Triplett. But the Shakopee Sabres not going away.
No, I thought the Wildcats in the middle of the field maybe lost a little bit of that aggressiveness that we saw for most of the first half. I mean, they really controlled play, I thought, for a lot of that half, and that results in not only the 1-0 lead, but the lead in shots on goal. I mean, I've got 9-3 advantage of Eagan, and that is very representative of what we've seen so far here tonight.
Cats had themselves a pretty good first half, need to replicate that in the second half, and the Shakopee Sabres and their halftime talk will try to be coming up with something to create some more offense and some more scoring opportunities. But we'll have to see what happens in the second half, and we'll be back with the second half in about 10 minutes. You're watching ETV Sports, the home of Wildcat soccer.
Going from a 12 to 1,500 square foot Rambler house to 10,000 square feet here in the new art house. I am excited to just see people in this space.
We have a really wide variety of programs and classes here. We're very excited to be able to offer much more than we could before, which we're able to do now that the space is much larger and able to host more people.
I'm most excited to have a space for everybody in the community, whether a budding artist or an artist who has taken classes before and learning to hone their skills. This really just is a spot where we want the community to come, feel welcomed, and enjoy an art experience while they're here.
it only serves to make the community stronger to have these creative spaces, especially very dedicated ones like this. And I'm very excited to see more of the community come in and engage with this space and each other here.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
We were inspired to build a new indoor playground because the old one was getting over 20 years old and we just needed a new place for the community and families to be able to bring their kiddos. The new space is actually a multi-level space. It's taller than the last one was, and it's very big, has open areas inside the playground itself. So if a parent needed to go up there, it's suitable for that. And it's soft and cozy and bright inside. We do offer a special right now for the month of August and September. We're doing $5 Fridays, and that includes use of our gymnasium as well. Spaces such as the Blast Indoor Playground really do serve our community. It's a great meeting spot to be able to have an indoor safe place to get together and play.
Been a treat to see the interest in girls flag. It's the first year, you know, it's exciting that we had so much ask from the girls to, hey, can I come play? Absolutely. We have about 45 girls on our roster right now.
I found out about the league from my coach, Carl. He was our weightlifting coach, so he kind of inspired me as well to come out and play.
In the league, we have over 51 teams. They started last year with the pilot program with 4, now it's 51. So it kind of boomed over a year.
They actually made the schedule around other sports. I know a lot of people, they do softball or track, so getting to play sport with them means a lot to me.
Scheduling was a struggle. We're a club sport technically, so we practice at 7 o'clock at night so girls can go compete in their other sports.
A lot of the successes as a team is just higher game IQ. So some girls came in not knowing anything about football, and now they have plays memorized.
Going into today's game, I felt nervous because I knew some of my friends and my family members were coming. Then I just got on the field and tried to do my best.
The NFL's involvement with the league has been so great. Minnesota Vikings, it wouldn't have ever gotten started without them. They run all the behind the scene things.
I just want to thank my teammates for having a fun day. I know it wasn't super successful, but we're working hard.
I'm proud of how far we came from last game to this game at home. Even though we lost, I think overall as a team we played better.
Being a part of something brand new is tough, but I think the girls are getting a lot of teamwork and a lot of different skills that they can utilize in their other sports too.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
I'm Mike McGuire. I'm an Eagan homeowner, and I also happen to be the mayor. We are installing a new roof today, and we decided to go with solar shingles to generate some solar energy for the house and offset some of our electricity costs.
Solar shingles are a photovoltaic technology that generate electricity. They function much like any rooftop solar panel that you may be familiar with. So they're super cool in that they generate electricity and they protect a home from the weather. So it's an awesome new technology that's available that offers a little bit more of an aesthetic appeal to homeowners that might not want a bulky solar panel on the roof.
So this is the Timberline solar shingle. This is the part of the shingle that gets nailed onto your roof. Just like a normal shingle would be attached, there's a nailing strip here and there's a sealant strip on the bottom of it. And then this part of the shingle produces electricity from solar. The nice thing with this is it decreases the amount of laborers that you have to have on your property when you're looking at getting a roof and solar at the same time. The roofing crew does the shingles and the roofing crew does the install of the solar shingles.
My understanding from our contractor is when they went into the city to get the permits, it was the first solar shingle installation that Eagan has seen. So we put the inspections department through their paces and got all the permits done. And so we're here at the exciting conclusion installing our new solar shingled roof today.
Having solar shingles in Eagan is super exciting. This marks a really awesome milestone in our local climate work in the city, and it shows that our community and homeowners here are excited about renewable energy technology.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Going from a 12 to 1,500 square foot Rambler house to 10,000 square feet here in the new art house. I am excited to just see people in this space.
We have a really wide variety of programs and classes here. We're very excited to be able to offer much more than we could before, which we're able to do now that the space is much larger and able to host more people.
I'm most excited to have a space for everybody in the community, whether a budding artist or an artist who has taken classes before and learning to hone their skills. This really just is a spot where we want the community to come, feel welcomed, and enjoy an art experience while they're here.
It only serves to make the community stronger to have these creative spaces, especially very dedicated ones like this. And I'm very excited to see more of the community come in and engage with this space and each other here.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
We were inspired to build a new indoor playground because the old one was getting over 20 years old and we just needed a new place for the community and families to be able to bring their kiddos. The new space is actually a multi-level space. It's taller than the last one was, and it's very big, has open areas inside. Up there, it's suitable for that, and it's soft and cozy and bright inside. We do offer a special right now for the month of August and September. We're doing $5 Fridays, and that includes use of our gymnasium as well. Spaces such as the Blast Indoor Playground really do serve our community. It's a great meeting spot to be able to have an indoor safe place to get together and play.
Welcome back to Eagan High School, Wildcats Stadium for second half action. Girls Varsity High School soccer here on ETV Sports. Your Eagan Wildcats with the green and white taking on the Shakopee Sabers in white with the black shorts, white socks. The teams have switched ends, and Cats are now moving from right to left on your device and screen as Anna Enning claims that one for the Cats. Comes back towards Severson. Severson, oh, nice foot move there, foot skills there. Westerman out for Borjan. Borjan tries to put the move around. One of the Shakopee defenders finds its way into touch. Wildcats with a 1-0 lead. I think fair to say, Skip Newton, a well-deserved 1-0 lead given their offensive pressure as this ball comes crossways from Borjan's left foot. Sammy Wood battling there on the far side. This is taken by Triplett. Triplett has an opportunity. She comes in, right foot. This is going to go off of one defender. A shot towards goal, and it's in the net! Triplett gets another one, and it's 2-0 to the Wildcats.
Just a great finish there by the Wildcats once again. You were just asking me if I felt it was a well-deserved 1-0 victory, or lead after the first half. Absolutely. I mean, the Wildcats were taking it to it with aggressiveness. We just saw it again. They pressured that defender, forced a turnover, and immediately turned it into a goal.
Well, it was a great play by Sammy Wood to put pressure on the Shakopee defender. Triplett had it. It was blocked and somehow ping-ponged around and came back to her. And now the Sabres find themselves on the wrong end of a 2-0 scoreline, and now there'll be a little bit of pressing, but here's another opportunity. That ball squirts past at least one defender. This ball might find its way into touch. Doesn't, as Stella Triplett tries to run that one down for the Wildcats.
Second of the game for Tess Triplett, unassisted.
So Triplett unassisted in the 47th minute. And the Cats with a 2-0 lead. And the Sabres looking to climb back into this one with a ball down the side. Lindahl on her right foot. Good block that time by Cameron. Enning serves that out for Triplett, who's playing the center forward position. And Triplett climbing on the back of the Shakopee defender, and that's a foul against the Wildcats. This one actually is in a position, Skip, where the Sabres might be able to do something with this in an offensive sense.
Yeah, we were talking at the end of the first half, and we thought that maybe the Wildcats had lost a little bit of that intensity and aggressiveness at the end of the half. Boy, they sure came out and fixed that here early in the second half and rewarded with an early goal. Such a huge momentum builder for the Wildcats. Do a nice job there clearing out that free kick from danger. And if they can keep up this aggressiveness and intensity, I think, honestly, there's a good chance they can put another goal in.
Cats have played some good defense against some good teams this season, no question about that. Shakopee still trying to figure things out a little bit on the offensive end, but now they've got some consistent pressure. Ball gets put into touch that time as Bryn Hartman battling down there in the corner. This is Blackburn with a big throw. Comes in towards the near post, played away briefly by Burke. It's a bit of a swing and the miss there for the Cats, but Borjan comes out with it. She sends it forward, kept it in play. Nicely done. And because it was sent by Lee into touch, the Cats will actually come out with a throw here. Rifle shot down the line as I think that's Borjan on this near side.
And I thought Lee had an opportunity there to settle the ball and make a play, but chose to just fire it into touch. Feeling maybe the pressure, the pressure that really wasn't even there. Could be a result of just how well Eagan is playing here tonight.
Bourion's throw for Severson. Now Bourion puts the moves on and goes by one defender. Now she's by two defenders. Stella Triplett with it. She's going to have an opportunity. She feeds it forward looking for her sister Tess Triplett. Triplett on the end of it, sends it across, and on the back door, Sammy Wood stretches out, does the splits, and comes up empty. Oh, Sammy. What an effort, just out of her reach.
The Wildcats benefited, I think, on that cross. It was deflected by the Saber, and it slowed the ball down into the Eagan benefit. Then some great passing to get that across, just a half step away from Wood, who was flying in on the far side. Really a great offensive series there for the Wildcats.
Oh, she was breaking her neck to get there, Skip Newton. She was absolutely, and how many times have we seen a situation, boys or girls high school soccer, where that ball makes it through defenders, offensive players, whomever, and then there's nobody on the back post, and we watch that ball just trickle over the end line or trickle into touch. Instead, Sammy Wood breaking her neck to get there, and like I said, just couldn't get it connected.
Yeah, and that close to the goal with nobody there, she knows all she has to do is touch it, and it's a goal.
Wildcat faithful standing in unison at that opportunity. Sammy Wood, a sophomore. She played some varsity minutes last year for the Wildcats, but this is her first full season on the varsity squad. Off the top of my head, I don't think that she has scored a varsity goal yet this year. And I don't know if she got one last year. I don't think she did. I'll have to check with our statistician after the game. But I think that might be one of the reasons that everyone's excited when she has an opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, Cats with it. Severson's pass intercepted. This ball gets sent down the outside. Burke's going to try to claim it there from Lindahl. The ball comes right, Enning sends it right back into traffic. Well touched that time by Stella Triplett, finds Yin. Yin punches that forward, now Triplett. Triplett on a brace, attacking the outside. Good defense that time, far side by the Shakopee Sabers. That's Mahler.
Yeah, nice one-on-one defense there by the Saber defender there on Triplett, looking for her hat trick here in minute number 47.
Wood finds Yin. Yin's ball in looking for Westerman, but again, that one just gets popped out.
Nice job by the Wildcats putting that right back in. Unfortunately, just couldn't control that entry pass, but it was right on foot. Just a great job of continuously putting the pressure on.
Cats would love to see one more goal. Shakopee Sabers, on the other hand, love to get an equalizer. Here's Anna Enning, right foot, sends that in towards Harder, and that will be a shot on net. But Harder confidently claims that one. Cameron knocks that one down, but she's dispossessed by Lindahl. Lindahl feeds that forward. Here's an opportunity as Lopez is in the middle. She sends it forward. And McGowan well off her line. Oh, what a brilliant ball play by McGowan. She had to get that right, or that could have been danger.
Yeah, I was going to say that was a brilliant through ball, a great pass, but McGowan up to the challenge once again, just streaking off her line. I honestly thought when she started coming out she wasn't going to get there in time, but just enough of a burst of speed.
The players thought that went into touch. It didn't. And as a result, the Wildcats give up possession to the Sabers. I guess the moral of the story, Skip, is never stop on a ball. Sabers with a little bit of offensive pressure here as Burke breaks up that one. And this one goes to goal. McGowan with a full stretch. That one goes all the way to the corner. Let's see what Wood's able to do with it there in the corner. Sabers come out with it. Now it's taken away by the Wildcats and cleared momentarily, although the Sabres still maintain. So another big save by Abigail McGowan.
Yeah, great shot by the Sabers, a better save by McGowan. Again, using that length, full extension to her right.
Long shot for the Sabers, Caitlin Blackburn.
So good to see McGowan there. You see her on your screen. Nice to see the sophomore having some good success, being able to get to those balls. And of course, that ball was kind of low. It wasn't high. It wasn't, it wasn't above her waist. That was kind of maybe a little below her waist. So diving down, really challenging, especially for keepers that have a little bit of extra length.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. A taller keeper, that's a bigger challenge.
Borean from Westerman. Westerman gave it to Borean in a great spot. Borean sends it into the middle. It's sent back out towards Stella Triplett. Triplett punches it forward and harder with a couple of bounces, but she's able to keep it in front of her. And the Cats with their 4th shot on net in this half. So I've got, by my statistics, 4 shots on net by the Cats. That's a heck of a percentage, Skip Newton.
Yeah, they're putting on shots. They're putting on good shots, like you said, on frame, challenging harder, making it harder for her to play well in that net and keep the Wildcats, from scoring their 3rd goal.
Substitutions, 1 for each team. For the Wildcats into the game,
I do get the sense the Sabres might need to dial up something a little special here in the second half as they're now chasing the game with a 2-goal deficit.
Sophie Hansen, number 12.
I wonder if they might change their formation a little bit, push some extra players forward.
When I really want to see the Wildcats just keep their foot on the gas. Don't stop doing what you've been doing for the majority of this game that's been successful. There's way too much time left, just under a half an hour. Keep it up and see what happens.
Lopez coming into the middle, good. Oh, and a foul there. A foul on Burke. Nothing in it in terms of intent, just 2 bodies coming together, but I think that was Burke, and she commits the foul on, I think it was Lopez, and this is a beautiful scoring opportunity for the Sabres.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for the Wildcats because Lopez had lost control of it. Her first touch was not towards goal. It's not where she wanted it to go, and I think actually because of that touch going in an undesirable direction, it actually made her change, which caused the contact.
Lee with the free kick, puts the right foot to it and squirts it wide. Really a missed opportunity for the Sabres there. Lee definitely would want that one back. But the Wildcats will breathe a sigh of relief as McGowan goes back to retrieve it and restart play with a goal kick. Inside 29 minutes to go here in this second half. Cats with a, I think fair to say, deserved 2-goal lead, but the Sabres not letting the Cats get too much distance. Opportunity here for Stella Triplett, tries to feed that forward for Westerman. Westerman's got a player on the outside. This is Cameron. Cameron serves it back in. It's on towards the back post, and nobody in green able to get there. What a sneaky little cross from Jillian Cameron. Number 16 for the Wildcats. You saw Stella Triplett and Tess Triplett both breaking, but neither one of them able to stretch onto that one.
Yes, somehow that ball that went diagonally across managed to weave its way through not only the defenders of Shakopee, but the Eagan Wildcats, the couple of girls that were just out of the reach of it. I mean, just a great ball, some great passing there as they brought it to the near side wide open and then crossed it back over to the far side. Really good offensive series once again for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, a foul here.
Foul there against number 18, Kylie Valaga, who is playing out there on the defensive side of things. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe that the Wildcats, Skip, have changed their formation. They maybe have a 4-back now. I have to see once they kind of set things up, and looks like the Sabres are going to send this one out. Are they going to be able to keep it in? No, they won't. And we'll have some substitutions for the Wildcats.
3 substitutions for the Wildcats.
As Sutherland, Hendrickson,
Eagan Tesdahl, number 18.
And Tesdahl will all check in.
Into the game, Avery Hendrickson, number 12. Back in, Sophia Sutherland, number 10.
So Hendrickson's going to move in at center back.
Number 2. Jillian Cameron, number 16. And
pair up with
Ariella Yin,
Evie
number
Burke.
4.
Good flick on that time by Westerman. Good creative play. Triplet dispossessed that time by a steady stream of Sabers. A little miscommunication there, but fortunately for the Wildcats, doesn't cost them anything. Sutherland breaking, but looking for the ball, but Stella Triplet not able to get it back to her, had to go negative. I want to say thanks to our award-winning ETV crew. Winter Price is our director tonight. Max Hellemuller and Nick Mudd are our camera operators. Thanks so much for making us look and sound so good here on ETV and covering ETV sports. You guys really are a community asset. Ball skips over Valaga. Sutherland will give chase. Here's an opportunity for the Wildcats to push up and create some pressure. They do momentarily. Let's see if they can take advantage. And it's sprayed a little bit. And all the way back for Burke. A good overlapping run on the outside that time by Tesdall. I think that's Tesdall still pressing. Check it, that was Severson. And a foul. First foul of the second half against the Shakopee Sabers. Sabres fans haven't had a whole lot to cheer for here in this second half. They really need somebody to dial up some magic on the offensive end.
Foul on the Sabres, free kick for the Wildcats.
Senior captain Anna Enning heading to University of St. Thomas to play soccer next year. Serves that in, comes down towards the edge of the penalty area. Harder's going to give chase, as is Triplet, but Harder's going to win that one.
The Wildcats boys and girls varsity program would like to thank our platinum sponsors, 401k Plan Professionals, Ansari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Eagan Hockey Association, Hy-V, Itasca Wealth, Melanie and John Willie, the Willie Team, Edina Realty, Neb Doctors, Pablo and Don Borian, Realtor Team, Twin Cities Orthopedics, and Wave Soccer Club. Thank you once again to our platinum sponsors for helping to make Eagan Wildcat varsity soccer as successful as we can be, both on and off the pitch.
The ball intercepted by the Sabres. Here's an opportunity for Shakopee. They're going to get a shot on McGowan, and McGowan handles that one as easy as you like. The second shot on goal for the Sabres in a half that really hasn't seen a whole lot of action for McGowan.
Lindell, number 13, save for Abigail McGowan.
Lindell with a nice shot, but McGowan easily claims that one. And she hammers that one into touch, and we'll have another substitution as Paige Werner will check in. Well, I should say we'll have to wait for an Eagan throw. Werner waiting at the scorer's table to check in. Again, it is cooler and a little breezier. Now there's more of a breeze behind the Wildcats, moving from south to north, at least according to the American U.S. flag at the top at the north end of the stadium. So Westerman will have a seat. Werner will take her spot. So it's a little better out there, Skip, in terms of weather.
Definitely got cooler by the end of the boys' game. Start of the girls' game. A lot of that having to do with the sun setting finally. But still hot for middle of September and very humid, but I think it's finally maybe going down a little bit, much more comfortable for the players.
Story of the game not yet written. Can the Shakopee Sabres find a creative chapter to try to get back into this game? It starts right now with another foul against the Wildcats. And so Lee will put this one down near the 45 football yard line. You see her there on your screen. She'll try to put her her right foot into this one and float it down towards the edge of the penalty area. Comes up a little short of that. Sutherland with a nice job, but it falls kindly that time for the Sabres, and McGowan has it.
Shot taken, number
and a foul.
Lindahl save. Abigail McGowan.
Foul against the Wildcats.
Foul on the Wildcats.
And I have to say, I did not see a foul there against the Wildcats. Skip, did you see anything?
I did not. I mean, from this distance, it's a little hard. Maybe, I mean, I know they were close to each other, so I don't know if she grabbed on, but clearly you're yielding advantage. And if the shot had gone in, he's gonna count that. So I guess, is that the rule? Like, you can let the shot go, but then you call the foul? I mean, that seems like you're getting the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I don't think this should have been an advantage play. I think he should have just let that one go. But an opportunity for the Sabers, and it hits the football upright. So a wasted opportunity for the Sabers.
The shot for Peyton Lindahl.
I'll have to go back and maybe look at the camera work and check out the replay when we get home tonight and see if we can figure that one out. There was certainly some contact, but didn't look like anything that looked like a foul. Well, the Sabers now, Skip, in this half have had 2 great free kicks from just outside the penalty area, and both of them, neither one of them have really amounted to much. Neither one has really created a scoring opportunity. And another foul.
I don't know if that was a handball. I didn't see physical contact, but again, it's on the far side of the pitch, so it's a little tougher to see from way up here. But yeah, once again, like the first half, the foul's mounting up, but now they're mounting up on the defensive half, which is what we said we wanted the Wildcats to avoid.
This ball comes floating in towards the penalty area. Evie Burke with a good header that time. Nice job that time by one of the Wildcats, and this ball gets sent out. And look at Stella Triplett breaking her neck to try to get to that ball before it goes into touch. It gets pushed up, and Cats definitely need to get control. They're ahead 2-0, but it kind of feels like they're catching punches right now, Skip.
Yeah, I mean, Shakopee, I mean, you expected them to put something together to try and get back in this match. So I'm not surprised from that point of view. I'd like to see Eagan just settle down, get back to their, passing in the short game and the control. That's where they've had success. First they need to win possession, and then they need to start, building that up and countering. See that she tripped over the ball there. I am not gonna hold back on that one. She absolutely tripped over the ball.
Yep, and the assistant referee saw it, and it was clear to the assistant referee that wasn't a foul either. He didn't raise his flag. The center referee says otherwise. And here we go, another free kick from about 24 yards out for the Sabers.
Number 9, Madison Norskog with the kick for Shakopee.
Norskog with the opportunity here for the Sabers. Looks like all the other Sabers lining up on the back post. She puts her right foot into it and slides well wide, hits the football upright. Another wasted opportunity
for
the Sabers.
Wildcat Soccer would like to thank our gold sponsors: Acme Tools, Carboni's Eagan, Cobo Banker, Rami Cormont, Cornerstone Chiropractic, Eagan Football Booster, Escape with Us Vacations, Park Dental Eagan, Raising Canes, Salvo Soccer Club, Teresa's Mexican Restaurant, The Proper Culture, and The Urgency Room. Thank you once again for making Eagan girls and boys varsity soccer as successful as we can be. We would not be who we are without your support.
And finally, a call against the Sabers.
Foul on the Sabers.
Even though a Saber player went down, it was the Sabers committing the foul, and Hendrickson will step over this one. Try to put it in play.
On the kick is Avery Hendrickson, number 12.
Girls in green really just need to keep possession of this ball and get some extended possession. And that's not going to be the case here, as they're going to have to play it around. And a foul. Okay, another foul against the Sabers. I didn't see much there from my perspective.
No, I thought that was fine, and they would have resumed. But we're getting
on the Sabers
really
free kick for the Wildcats.
tight calls here.
Again on the kick at number 12, Avery Hendrickson.
Which, as long as they're happening away from shooting range, probably benefits the Wildcats. I mean, every stoppage takes precious seconds off the clock.
Enning with it. Oh, Enning dispossessed, kind of lost the ball there in the turf. She's going to try to get it back, and she's going to get flagged for another foul. So that's 9 fouls
Foul on the Wildcats.
by my count in the second half. The Wildcats have been flagged for fouls 9 times in this half, Skip Newton.
How many times?
9 times.
Shot taken, number 9, Madison Norskog on the same. Abigail McGowan.
While the shots are starting to accumulate for Shakopee, they're not, great scoring chances. I mean, the best have been the 2 free kicks. Neither one of those were anywhere close to going in net. We did see a really nice diving save from McGowan on a really nice outside shot, maybe 10 minutes ago. But aside from that, it feels like they've been mostly harmless. Again, we had McGowan come off her net and break up a would-be breakaway earlier too, so she's doing her part as goalkeeper to keep a clean sheet. But really, the defense of the Wildcats, playing well collectively.
Sutherland checking in for the Wildcats, as Willie has also checked in. You see Willie there on your screen, applying pressure on the back line. Stetman unable to keep that one in, but earns the throw, and here's an opportunity for Valaga, who's playing outside back on the near side. So I think it's fair to say, Skip, the Cats have switched their formation. They've gone to 4 at the back, which I think makes a little bit of sense when you're holding on to a lead. And a good 1-2 opportunity there, but it goes away. And good tackle that time by the Cats. Here's an opportunity for the Cats as they go to goal, and that one slides wide. That was Sophia Sutherland, number 10. Nice shot by Sutherland, and a potential injury here for the Sabers. There was a heavy contact with that tackle. It was not a foul. Cats got it right, but we will restart with a goal kick on the left side of your screen momentarily, as we have at least one player for the Sabers. I think it's Lee, one of their starting midfielders, who's going to have to be withdrawn, at least temporarily, while the trainer checks her out.
Yeah, glad to see she's up and walking off on her own power. I was going to question the shot decision there, and then the quality of the shot absolutely made me rethink my analysis. That was a dangerous shot. When she let it go, I thought, oh, that might have a chance for the corner.
You and all the Wildcat supporters, the Wildcat faithful here, I think they were thinking the same thing, Skip.
Well, and only because she had teammates with her, right? I mean, she had passing options, but also had a good angle to shoot. It was just a little far out, but man, she got a lot of boot on that one. It was a good strike.
Burke steps up back from her center back position, feeds that forward for Willie. Check it, that was Willie. Okay, Willie, Hendrickson. Now far side, this is Severson. Check it, that's Stokes. So somehow Chloe Stokes checked in. Sorry about that, Chloe. I did not see you check in or hear your name. So Stokes, Burke, Hendrickson, and Valaga are your back line. With Anna Enning, Paige Werner there. Sutherland. Tegan Tesdall in your midfield. And right on cue, there's Tesdall, number 19.
Wildcats get possession, especially on the Shakopee defensive end. They can afford to be patient. They can afford to control the ball, look for the right plays. They don't have to rush. They don't have to press for shots. I have no problem with them being aggressive and shooting. I mean, if they get another goal here, that is the nail in the coffin. But just possessing can really eat up time. And maybe through that something will open up and you'll end up getting a really good scoring chance.
Really chops that one down. Let's see if she's able to keep it in. She does momentarily. Did a nice job of using her right foot, the outside edge of her right foot, to keep that in. And we have a substitution. We have an injury. Excuse me. We have an injury. Another Shakopee player is down on the turf. Seems like there have been a lot of those players, or a lot of situations, Skip, tonight where there have been players down on the turf. They're able to bounce up, but I guess it's a testament to the physical nature of this particular game.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been all Shakopee on the receiving end. Fortunately, all the players look to be getting up and are okay and able to either continue or they go off just for a little bit and come back in.
This ball punched by Enning over to the far side. Cats attacking down the far side. That one served in towards Sutherland. Willie battling there in the far corner. You see her working in that corner. This one gets sent back out, and it takes a deflection and a corner opportunity. First corner of the second half for the Wildcats, something they did 4 times in the first half, Skip, but first corner in the second half for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and while those corner kicks didn't result in goals, we saw at least 2 a direct shot as a result of that corner. See if the Wildcats can execute again.
This one comes floating towards the penalty area. It's taken off of one head. Shakopee tries to get that out. Sutherland says not today. Tries to steer it back in. Sabers get there. Wires uncrossed and are able to at least get it out momentarily. Werner with it now. And that gets punched over towards the sideline. Will it make it out? Oh, nice play there on the far side. That's Tesdall. And Tesdall and Valaga a little confused from up here. Sorry about that as Enning punches that towards Harder, and that was easy for Harder.
Yeah, a little too impatient there. That really had no chance to turn into anything. I'd have liked to have seen them keep that on the ground.
Speaking of being patient, here's Stetman. Stetman doing a nice job of taking that away. Goes inside, comes back outside. Can Stetman steer her left foot onto this? No, she can't. Really needed to get a touch in there, and she was unable to, but Stetman does cross. Opportunity on the back post. Somebody in the green's got to get to it. And I think that made it into touch, and it's another corner opportunity for the Wildcats, so 2 in relatively rapid succession for the girls in green.
Yeah, nice cross there by the Wildcats, setting up another opportunity in front of that back post. Just once again, 1 or 2 steps away, but they keep doing it. It's going to connect eventually.
This one comes in a little bit flat towards Sophia Sutherland, and Sutherland flares that over the top. She did a good job of getting to that ball, but unable to steer it on frame.
Yeah, the bouncing ball, I think she caught it on a short hop. That's really tough to keep down. You really got to get your hip and your knee over the ball. She got it somewhat there. I mean, it didn't go, skyrocketing up into orbit, but still under it by just a hair.
Cats really looking to try to get one more. Sabers looking to climb back into this one. There is still time as Burke has this and sends it across for Valaga, who plays it off a Saber. There you see Kylie Valaga, the senior, who momentarily will be withdrawn. So a number of Eagan players coming on and coming off. We'll try to reset your lineup here momentarily. Test Triplet checking back in. Westerman coming back in. Boreon coming back in. Severson coming back in. Wood back on the turf.
Substitutions for the Wildcats.
There you
6
see Ashley Severson.
Back in Francesca Boreon, number 9. Ariella Yin, number 4.
Severson hoists that towards Triplet. She tries to flick it on. Westerman's going to give chase. Westerman's going to continue to give chase, or maybe not. I thought for just a moment she might try to get Harder to make a mistake there. Emily Westerman, a high school wrestler, as well as a varsity soccer player. She's a state runner-up in her weight class last season. So definitely not afraid of physical play is Ellie Westerman.
An obvious push in the back there. 2 hands on the shoulder blades.
And like you said, Skip, the Cats should, as Hendrickson lines this one up, she should be taking her time. She should be walking, checking those shin pads, making sure her shoes are tied. She's going to have a sip of the water bottle.
I was just going to say, get a sip of the water bottle.
Flick on attempt there by Triplet. It's played away quickly, that time by the Sabers, but at potential cost. Severson closing that down quickly. Girls in green still need to be vigilant defensively. Here's a good step by Burke. And I think I thought Burke was going to get called for something, and now she does get called for a foul. Thought she might get called for the first one, but she definitely got called for the second one. And the Cats will line up defensively with just under 7.5 minutes to go. Sabers put it in play quickly. Sabers need to find some magic, Skip.
Yeah, I would expect them to take even more chances here. I mean, you know, if it's a one-goal game, you know, you can be, I guess, a little more patient, but a two-goal game, you have to score, and you have to score now. That was an aggressive foul.
Triplett getting her money's worth out of that whistle.
And also getting a yellow card.
So that's the other thing of if you
Wildcats.
get enough of these,
This is a
if you
yellow
get
card
enough
caution on the Wildcats.
of these, you are going to have that situation. So with
On number 7, Tess Triplett.
73 minutes gone, Triplett will be cautioned, which will probably end her night and
Time of
her
the yellow
quest
card is 73:04.
for a hat trick.
Yellow
Skip,
card caution on the
unfortunate there
Wildcats.
for
Tess
Triplett,
number
but
7 at 73:04. Play resumes. Free kick.
This is a
Sabers.
big defensive play here for the Wildcats. You don't want to give up a goal here. You don't want to let them back in.
this comes floating down and floating into the
Off
catch
free
fence.
Kick, the shot for Michaela Lee.
Just
Number
not
19
enough
goes
quality
out
there
of
for the
bounds. Goal kick
Sabers. Just
No.
not enough on frame.
And
That's
four
the fourth
substitutions for the
free kick
Sabers.
we've seen
Back in
sail
Pete
really
Lindahl,
high. I
number
think they've hit
13.
the football
Savannah
upright
Fick, number
twice.
23.
Yeah, just
Rin
nothing
Hartman, number
on,
24.
nothing challenging right
And
now.
Madison Norskog, number 9, all back in for the Sabers.
You're chasing the game, Skip. You can't, you know, if you're Shakopee, you just cannot waste those opportunities. Now, again, is everyone going to be a goal? Of course not, but they have to be on frame. Yin punches that towards Westerman. She can't get to it, and the Sabres claim momentarily. This Westerman sends this out for her teammate, who punches it forward for Triplett. Ball's ping-ponging around. That's always a dangerous thing for both teams. Battle in the middle. Here's Wood to the middle. Wood looks for Westerman. Wood gets dumped. Referee played advantage here. Stella Triplett feeds this for Westerman. Westerman, instead of shooting, she slams on the brakes. Oh my goodness, I thought Westerman might just go to goal there. Stella Triplett with her back to the goal again, as she had taken the place of her sister Tess Triplett. Good defense on the outside, a good shot on the outside, and a deflection, and a corner for the Wildcats. Third corner of this half. And can the Wildcats write the epilogue to this story?
Yeah, I think that pass was to her feet, but not in front of her, so she had to stop to play it, and that just took all the momentum away, which is why she pulled that ball back, and that delay was enough for the defense to get away and prevent a shot on goal.
Number 9 on the kick.
Borean in, opportunity, it bounces around, still bouncing around, and it's scrambled in! It's scrambled in by the Wildcats, and it's the captain who does the business. It's Evie Burke, number 6 for the Wildcats, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, I think that was with her head. There was a lot of ricocheting going on there. It was a pinball. But when it keeps pinballing around that close to the goal and you've got so many attacking players, eventually something positive usually happens, and that's exactly what happened there. The third goal was huge for the Wildcats, not just to ice this game, but I think just to show them, hey, we can score 3 goals.
Cats have scored 3 goals now 3 times this year. Don't think there's going to be an assist on that, as that ball was absolutely pinballing around, and what a big opportunity for the Wildcats.
Scoring for the Wildcats, number 6, Evie Burke. Unassisted in the 76th
Unassisted
minute.
in the
The time of goal,
72nd minute.
75 minutes, 2 seconds.
Check the 76th minute.
Wildcats goal scored by Evie Burke. Goal is unassisted.
And Stella Triplett not letting the Shakopee defense off there, as she makes a run down the sideline and forces a throw. So an opportunity for the Wildcats now to substitute, as Burke will be withdrawn, and a new defender substituted for her. I think that's Chloe Stokes. Yep, that's Chloe Stokes. So Burke, the captain, delivering when her team needed it the most. That's what you need when you have a captain. Tess Triplett back on. Actually, Tess Triplett is back on the field. I am surprised, a little surprised to see her.
Yeah, I don't like that, to be honest. I don't like a player playing on a yellow when the game is pretty much decided.
It's decided, right? It's Shakopee's not going to score 3 goals here in the next 4 minutes. It's just I don't see that happening.
Free kick for Shakopee.
And I am surprised. I have to say I am very surprised to see her back on the pitch. Not because she shouldn't have a chance to go for that hat trick, but all it takes is one more yellow or one more foul that's just a little too heavy, and all of a sudden she's sitting out a game. Westerman punches that one down deep the other way. Stella Triplett will get her steps in as she chases the back line.
She's been such an aggressive, forward, applying solo pressure multiple times. We've seen her win throw-ins by doing it.
And Sammy Wood receiving a yellow card caution on that challenge on the far side. Nothing in it
Yellow card caution
for Wood.
on the Wildcats on number
But everybody
2,
with a good
Sammy Wood.
chuckle here because no one got hurt and it wasn't really that hard a foul, but it was out of it was aggressive and it was with force. And the ball was well gone, so Sammy getting her yellow card. All the parents here having a good laugh over that because of Sammy's relative diminutive size. Center referee blows his whistle. The clock starts again. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go and change here at the Wildcats Stadium. Cats now comfortably out in front of the Shakopee Sabers.
Back in for the Wildcats.
A Sabers team that, again, until this week, hadn't lost. Skip, they were coming into this match. They were 8-1-1. They were 8-1-1, only losing their last game to Matamidi. So the Sabers have really taken it to a number of teams, and as you say in the pregame, look how many goals they had scored. Now that's a foul, and it is a foul. The referee,
Center referee stopping the clock.
David Hirosha, checking on the Saber player, and he's actually calling a foul on Triplett for running over the Saber. Can't say in this situation I have a problem necessarily with that. Although Triplett did play the ball.
I was going to say it's too bad because she cleanly won the ball.
She cleanly won the ball, and then she also got cleaned out, and it's but it's high school soccer. Let's keep people from getting hurt, right? Tess Triplett plays that down the sideline again. Stella Triplett giving chase. And nobody behind her. If she's going to press like that, Skip, you'd like to think that one of her teammates would be right behind her. Really, Eagan has that ball, but that's sprayed wide. Let's see, is somebody going to be able to get on the end of that in green? The answer is no as we reach the last 2 minutes here of this one. Wildcats will be back in action this Thursday at Prior Lake.
In the second half, 2
And
minutes.
the girls have I believe the girls have the early game, boys have the late game. So both teams will be in action on Thursday as Westerman goes to goal. A bit aspirational there from Ellie Westerman, but certainly on frame, looking for a fumble or a crash. And the Shakopee Sabers also on Thursday will be back in action. They will be hosting the Apple Valley Eagles. So another conference game for the Shakopee Sabers. They will look to bounce back after this defeat, which I think it's fair to say, Skip Newton, you'd have to describe as fairly comprehensive.
Yeah, it's been a thoroughly well-played game by the Wildcats, and they've earned every bit of this 3-0 lead and eventual win. It might not be 3-0, but I feel confident when I say that it's a win.
Yeah, certainly the Wildcats have been the better team here, I think. Fair to say in this match this evening. Yin gives way to Borean. Borean will take the corner into the last 45 seconds of this match.
All eyes on Tess Triplett looking for her hat trick. 2 goals already, of course.
Borean serves us in. Opportunity. Oh, and it's off of Severson, who rings that one off the post. It goes back in towards Harder, and Harder snatches that away from Ellie Westerman. The punt goes almost straight up in the air. Cats may still have an opportunity here. And now the Sabres do control, and we return to normal programming.
10 seconds remaining.
Overall, as the final seconds wear off, some very effective corner kicks for the Wildcats all night long. The majority of them producing either a goal in the last situation, but many good shots on goal. I've been really impressed not just with the Wildcats' overall play, but with the set pieces from the corners have been absolutely impressive.
Fair to say by looking at the stat sheet that the Shakopee Sabers did come out after halftime and played better. Played better than they did in the first half. But I think the Wildcats, it seems like the Wildcats maybe upped their game even a little bit more as well. And so the Sabers just not able to unlock that back line. Cats have still keeping a clean sheet. That's McGowan, that's the back line, that's Burke, it's Severson, it's all of those players doing a great job of keeping that clean sheet. And it doesn't matter who you keep a clean sheet against. A clean sheet's a clean sheet.
Absolutely. And they came in with 31 goals, so the clean sheet's really impressive. McGowan earned it, the defense earned it. I thought that second goal by Triplett in the 42nd minute, right out of halftime, that's such a huge goal. You have momentum going in, but sometimes halftime can change things. She put that to rest. Nope, we're still in control of this game.
Well, for the Wildcats, again, they'll be back in action on Thursday against the Prior Lake Lakers. Not Rangers, Prior Lake Lakers. And as I said, the Shakopee Sabers will be taking on Apple Valley here on Thursday as well. So, for Skip Newton, for our award-winning ETV crew, thanks for making us sound and look so good. Another Wildcat victory for the Wildcat girls as they extend their record to 7-1-2. Thank you for joining us here on ETV Sports. Final score from Wildcat Stadium tonight, the Eagan Wildcats 3, the Shakopee Sabers 0. Good night, everybody.